So, time for something new then. So, continuing with the Prime line, this is Autobot Ratchet. And why did I get him? Well, it took me a little bit of time to get used to the Prime line, but now that it's out, I think I'm kind of starting to get to liking it a little bit more. I mean, it kind of harkens back to the good old days when Animated was out, and I was totally into that. And, well, who knows, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to be won over completely to this line. As for now, though, Ratchet, while he's not really my favorite character, in fact, I don't like him all that much, the toy is actually not too bad. The first thing I gotta say, though, is how small these new deluxes are. I mean, look at him, he's tiny. He's almost smaller than Roadbuster. And Ratchet's got the simple joints that any Ol DocBot would have. He's got the elbows, the sort of shoulder elbow kind of joint, and then of course shoulder joints itself. And the head, while it's kind of on a spring joint, it does actually move a little bit, so you can position that any way you like. I gotta say, overall, the color scheme is pretty alright. I mean, it's boring and plain and white and everything, but it's white and red, and it's what you'd expect from a medic bot like this guy. While he's pretty plain and boring and everything, there's something kind of endearing to me about him in that way. He's just the old crotchety Ratchet that we got to know and love from the animated series, pretty much. And he just looks about the same too. But I gotta say, he's not too bad. One thing that seems odd to me is that he's got these seemingly dangerous-looking knives that he holds, and he looks so brutal with them. It's kind of hard to believe that this is Ratchet we're talking about here. Seems like kind of a misplaced weapon, sort of to me, but it does give him a little bit more credence in my book. And paired up with another deluxe class figure, he obviously is in pretty good scale, although obviously Dead End could thrash him and kill him and beat him to a pulp. Overall, nice chunky joints and everything. Ratchet's robot mode isn't too bad. Now for the alt mode, which is a cute little animated ambulance thing. So the transformation on this guy is actually kind of unique, and so it makes it a little bit intriguing almost to transform. And when you're done, it's, it looks nice and everything, but something that Hasbro still seems to have problems with is getting all the paneling lined up. I mean, on SUVs and vans like this, it's hard, I know, but it's still just there's these cracks all over the place, and you can kind of, fiddle with it enough, kind of squeeze it together and stuff like that. It looks better, but still, I mean, it just doesn't work quite that well. Though give it an A for effort because it rolls pretty nicely, but the thing is, it's also very, very small. I mean, it's tiny. Very tiny, in fact, and it's just kind of funny and hilarious almost how small it is. But it is all the way around pretty much a nice ambulance. Unfortunately, though, the only way that the weapons can be stored is on the front, kind of like jutting out like that, which once again looks way too brutal to be Ratchet, but that's pretty much the only way you can put it on here. Overall, I'm going to say that the Prime figures seem to be pretty well done and look really well thought out. It just seems like they just didn't take their time with Ratchet and kind of rushed it. And I think it's because they pretty well know that everyone's just going to kind of skip over him and not really care much. Because really, Ratchet isn't exactly the most interesting character in the world. But I gotta say, he is pretty much alright, and if you're collecting the whole series, then go ahead and get him. But if you want to save your money for some of the cooler ones like Wheeljack or Dead End or Cliff Jumper or someone, I'd say probably pass him up, but that's just me. I'm going to give him 2 stars because, he's okay. But anyway, that's Ratchet and that is me, and until next time guys, I will see you later.